This December has been a month that I take breaks from trading. Anyway, a good time to recalibrate. And usually we will only start trading at start of February. Okay, but before that we will just go really gentle on the markets, just gentle. Anyway, right now let's go ahead. So I've read through my trading journal here, and I realized that today is the day that I have a lot of flaws. I wasn't being patient and stuff. Okay guys, so we'll just do it from the YouTube. So this is our personal trading account. Nothing much here, is just where I post all the trade that I recorded all beyond here. So let's go here. 9:39, and here we can see it's a M Live account. So this green dot means market is open. Tuesday is the big event. Thursday is also the big event, and Friday we got red news also. So this week I won't, like now me looking at this, I won't even bother looking at Monday. Yeah, I won't even bother looking at Monday. But Tuesday after CPI, okay. Wednesday also more okay, more willing to trade on Wednesday than Monday. But Thursday PPI, okay. So Thursday also will be a better day to trade. And finally Friday, the most happening one, we have two great news. So yeah, that's the business. So I can see I break my rules, blah blah blah. So yeah, you guys should do your journals, okay? So basically I draw the new week opening app, okay? And okay, so new week opening app, what you can see is you can see price trading up to it, then rejection. And if you measure this, you will measure the midpoint is right where bodies are respecting. Yeah, if you can measure this, you can see beautiful bodies tell story. Then displacement lower. So this fair value gap is going to be rather important because this is the first displacement after we trade into the new week opening gap. So this fair value gap is very important. So what you can do is you can measure this as well from here to here. You can get the midpoint, okay, and the quadrants, okay, like that. So as you can see here, roughly the lower quadrant holding price. Yeah, beautiful. So this is actually telling us a lot of things. They want to go lower. Yeah, so monthly chart, what we can see is this C wick. Okay, so you might want to note that, which is this one. Okay, so you measure from the low to the high, you can find a C wick here, and that's basically it. So this is the monthly C wick. On daily chart, it on weekly chart it looks really like nothing. I got filled. Not expecting speed. Our sell side is really engineered to clean. Fuck. Okay, so basically here, yeah, entered at the first business gap here. Then look like the fact that it trade above half of it, I usually won't like it trading. But we, so I got stopped out. Inversion fair gap clear for the sell side. So here is my loss for today, $22.5. So 5-minute chart. So 5-minute chart, I can see is here we got a CB as well. See our price reach up, failed to reach into it. Okay. 15-minute chart, the 15-minute CB, finally we trade through it, but failed to reach the higher CB here and rejected lower. So right now, gun to my head is bearish. Okay, and this is the 5-minute chart as well. You can see that we also have a small CB here, which price reached up here but failed to trade into it. So this to me is showing, okay, it's much more firm to the downside, but the characteristic of today is just not expected to have that kind of reaction. Okay, right now, first what we can see is that and there we see the rejection, and we see the rejection, the failure to reach it up into the 5-minute CB. 2, right now it's 10:30. Here we have market structure shift. Okay, and here we got a fair value gap. And where we close below the first presented fair value gap. So this kind of fair value gap here, you can see here to here, this is the kind of fair value gap we don't want to see it fill on, okay? Because look at that, beautiful. With bodies and bodies overlapping, this is the kind of fair value gap we don't want to see it fill. So for this kind of fair value gap, right, I will just enter right here. Okay, and my stop loss I'll just place above here or something. Because this kind of fair value gap is just that kind of fair. I'll enter right here with the order block. And my stop loss will just place right here. Because I don't expect price to trade even inside here. Then aim for this sell sides here. So this is the silver bullet hour. Okay, very nice rejection in Nasdaq also. Look at what did I say. See, price didn't even want to trade into the fair value gap. It's not going to trade in the fair value gap. Okay. Okay, yeah. But later on we trade it into the fair value gap. Fine, my stop loss will be right here. Now I want to see it just start going lower for the sell side. Because this is the displacement, guys. This is so obvious, this fair value gap right here. I want to start seeing it spool lower. It has to start spooling lower. And I like how we leave the portion here until it has to be. And look how look where is body respecting. Where? This is the midpoint. This is the midpoint of the first presented fair value gap. Look at the bodies. Bam. Bam. Wicks here. So right now my stop loss, right, I can just pull it even here. Okay, I don't even fear price trading back into it, because from what I see, this swing high is being seen as ITH now. That means this swing high is not to be taken. Okay, price should not reach above here right now. Okay, price should not reach above here. Okay, price should not reach above here. It should start pulling lower. That's what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so I want to see price start reaching lower right now. Let's go. 10:34. No problem. You see, this swing high right here is not to be touched. So right now my stop loss, I'll just place it here. Because this swing high here is ITH. Intermediate swing high is not to be filled at all. Okay. Yes, I just want to see price start going and see how the order blocks keep on respecting price right now. And now it's time distortion. I want to see big candles smashing through this relative equal lows here. Okay, this low here, 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 smash through. And if we trade lower here, focus on this end dot. Very nice. Let's see, start releasing lower. Dollar is building higher right now. Dollar is going higher. Nasdaq, everything is looking very in symmetry right now. At least on the nicer side. Okay. Right now my stop loss will just be placed here. Okay, right above this ITH. Okay, very nice. Okay, very nice rejection. Look at here. This is the end dot. This is the low of today's end dot. Sorry, new opening range gap, NORG. Look at the bodies. Pew, touch the first minute fair value gap again. So you can see here, we form fair value gap. This is the silver bullet. Trade into it. Okay, there you go, your silver bullet. Yeah, there are a few things that I want to see. I want you guys to see again. Okay, guys. Okay, I want you to see this. Look at here. 3 minute, we have another fair gap, right? Here to here. Okay. Look at this fair value gap on the 1 minute. See, I'll draw it here. I'll draw it. Okay, look, I'll draw it here. Okay, then when I go 1 minute, look at this. This 1 minute traded into is a 3 minute fair value gap. Remember what did I say in the previous video? When a 3 minute fair value gap is formed by a 1 minute fair value gap being traded into. Like you see, this is 1 minute fair value gap. It's being traded into, but here form the 3 minute fair value gap. When a high time frame fair value gap is formed by a low time frame retracing into the small fair value gap, the high time frame fair value gap is not to be even reached into if the order flow is right. That's why my stop loss, when I see this, okay, I'm just going to pull it up here right now because it's just that, it's just locked in. Okay, because the 3 minute fair value gap form, I show you guys one more time. The 3 minute fair value gap form here, but in 1 minute you can see it traded into 1 minute fair value gap. So what is it telling you? It's telling you that okay, 1 minute fair value gap has been filled. It formed the 3 minute fair value gap, but high time frame is parent to low time frame, and low time frame basically magnifies the high time frame. So if the 3 minute fair value gap is formed, we can go down to lower time frame and see how the 3 minute fair value gap is formed. And from here, what we can see is that the 3 minute fair value gap, the 3 minute CB is formed with this, which here, which is here, this 3 minute fair value gap. On 3 minute, you see like, okay, this is a fair value gap. Okay, but if you go down to 1 minute, okay, and if you go down 1 minute and you see it's this 1 minute fair value gap here that formed the 3 minute fair value gap, and it's 1 minute being traded into with this kind of this kind of fair value gap. I usually don't expect it to even be fully filled because this kind of fair gap is the strongest fair value gap because it means here is a balanced price range. So even if the price want to reach into it, no, it's not to be fully filled it. So all this context stacking up, that just tell me that this 3 minute fair value gap is not going to be filled at all. Even though it be filled, this 3 minute fair value gap has to have some unfilled portion. So that's why my stop loss, I can just straight away shift it to either here or either here, right above this swing high. And right now this swing high is seen as ITH to me. Okay, and that's why we see what we see. And that's why we see what we see. Let me see. I can pull out the 3 minute chart now. Okay, so you see the 3 minute fair value gap. Is price reaching into it? Is price trading into it? No, look at that. Price is just hovering. But look at this price action. So ugly. Look at that. Wicks, volume balance. Oh, damn ugly. And here's the first presented fair value gap as well. So with this 3 minute fair value gap is far above it. We don't even expect this 3 minute fair value gap to be traded into right now. Plus we have a 1 minute inversion fair value gap here. A 3 minute inversion fair value gap here. See how bodies respect it. Right now we close above it, close below it, then it should have resistance reaction. So if I were to measure this, here is the midpoint, here is probably the quadrant. Okay, and here's also a quadrant. Okay, so you can see that. Okay. So bam, bam, yes, yes. So what we can see here, it start trading low, and that means firmness because it's on 3 minute it's not going to form. And why? Because on 1 minute we can see the logic, it's not going to be filled. So I'm going to expect it to trade more than just this sell side right now. Okay, so there we go. One of it got filled, and the next one, okay, I'm seeing this end dog here, and right now, yeah, trailed stop loss, very good, very good. Let's just watch. I believe he's going to trade some more lower. Okay, very nice. So right now, what I will do is I will measure here to here, a Fulcrum point, and see what level I get. Tap. See, I can get the -1 level here. We got Friday PM sell side and stuff. Still. Okay, right now dollar is start going lower already. So this is not really a good sign for your trade if you're going short. Okay, so that is a sign for you to, that is a sign that okay, price is reversing right now, because see, dollar is going lower. When dollar start going lower, and you can see if we put this, okay, let's put this like that. See, dollar start going lower, and that's why Nasdaq also want to go lower, but it's very hard. So when it comes here to this CE week, here I will cut off the last portion of the trade, and I will be contented with it. This CE week right here, because if you pull this portion, you put it on, you just see why was price so sloppy. Why? It's because dollar is sloppy going down also. So it's going against the flow of dollar index. That is why it's not performing well. And that is also a sign that, okay, we may have a reversal. Okay. So look at this higher lows with down lower lows. So this is something to note. So because dollar is going lower and Dow is still making that lower lows, but Nasdaq and S&P make the higher low. This is already telling me that okay, I will trust Nasdaq and S&P more than I trust Dow. This is not important at all. This Dow making the lower low is not important. It's just telling me that okay, we are likely to have a reversal. In fact, it is important to a certain extent that we know that it's likely to reverse. Why? Because Nasdaq formed a higher low at the first presented fair value gap. S&P also form a higher low when Dow form a lower low. So this is telling us what? This is telling us that Dow went down to clear sell side with dollar going lower. So this SMT is confirmed by this. Okay, that is why we know it's going to reverse already. Okay, and let's see. This is the 1 hour CE week in RTH, in ETH. Okay, and in RTH we also can measure the same CE week. Okay, and that is where I will get out. Okay, and that's basically it. So this is the 1 hour chart. What we can see here is buy side cleared, some swing lows cleared as well, and here we got some lows. Welcome to the trade review. And yeah, today I did 3 trades and I lost $37.5. So basically I broke my rules, okay, especially for the third trade. So for the first 2 trades after I lost, it was within the risk. That means every day I allow myself to lose $25. It was within the risk. It was $22.5. Then I tell myself, okay, be contented with the loss. Wasn't really feeling good about that, about the trading. So told myself to stop. But then later I saw a displacement and a BC, and I just tell myself, okay, give it one more chance, gonna enter long there. So let's go through all the trades. Okay, so for the first trade, the main cause of why I lose today's trading is because I didn't wait for displacement. Okay, yeah, displacement is always the best filter for the trade, the best indication whether you should take a trade or not. So that was the first mistake. And the second mistake for the first trade is that I faded the CE of the new opening range gap. Remember, ICT always say that there is always 70% chance that price will reach for the CE of the new opening range gap. Okay, so that was basically why I lost the first trade. And the third thing that made me lose today, like, is because I wasn't really clear with the high time frame charts. So as you can see that we have 1 hour CB above us, so and 15 minutes CB as well, so retracement is reasonable, but I wasn't seeing that. I missed out on that. Okay, and you can see that at first when I did my analysis, we on the 1 hour chart we cleared buy side and we had rejection at the previous week high, And on 1 hour chart, we have market structure shift and we have displacement to the downside. We have CV as well. So the order flow is just looking bearish, and we have very clean sell side, because like buy side is already cleared. So basically, I was thinking like, okay, so buy side cleared, then price will run for the sell side. But yeah, I strayed from this trade idea, and as you can see, after I lost the two trades, okay, the two trades I was aiming short. Was it? Yeah, both of the trades I was aiming short. And you can see I got stopped out. So basically, for both of the trades, the same. Why I lose the trade is because I didn't wait for displacement and fair value gap, and I didn't submit to the higher time frame. So basically, price just did a higher time frame retracement, which was reasonable, and I wasn't expecting it, so I got stopped out there. Then later, you can see when we approach the 1050 macro, that is where we have a displacement. We cleared buy side again. We had a displacement. We had a CB which bodies close below the first presented fair value gap, and that is the silver bullet. Okay, so as you can see on the demo, I basically used two contracts, because the first contract is the first entry was I was expecting to enter at CB. So even in my demo, I can see myself having a bit fear that, okay, not fear, but it just felt like it's reasonable if price don't reach for the CB on top, because we closed below the first presented fair value gap as well. So that was my first entry, and also I entered when price was inside that BC inversion fair value gap, which had offered support many times, and we closed below it. So basically, that was the two contracts for me to push the first trade, and I also allow another contract for entry for the if price were to reach the CB above. So that is basically how I trade two contracts. And later you can see we went through some time distortion, price was not just moving. Then during the macro time, the 1050 macro, you can see we just boom, bam, bam, just reached down to the sell side, and I basically reached my targets, hit my TP profits, and yeah, hypothetically, if it was a real account, I would have recovered the loss today. But again, thinking like that is wrong. What if I lose more? Yeah, so there's always a quote in trading, it's not about winning trades. Okay, in trading, it's not about winning trades. It's about knowing when to stop when you know you're wrong. Like today, I wasn't really feeling good about the trades because I didn't follow my rules. I didn't wait for displacement. I didn't really have a clear picture on a higher time frame. When I had seen and I strayed from my trade ideally on a higher time frame chart, I strayed from it because I was bearish. But then after losing the two trades, I was just giving it a chance and displacement at higher, so I was thinking, okay, maybe I want to go higher. Okay, but nevertheless, even though if that trade would have been painted out, even though if I reversed it, because on top we have a new week opening gap, but it was against the higher time frame bias, higher time frame analysis. So basically that is it. Okay, so why I wasn't feeling good about the trading day is because I broke the rules, and yeah, I still think it's okay. I did a good job. After the third trade, I just stopped. I just cut. I just closed the real live account and I changed to demo. And yeah, on demo I got it back, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It will come. Okay, as long as I manage my risk properly, manage my risk properly. That's it. Okay. So Ian, follow your rules. Rules are meant to be followed, and it's August. Okay. And keep that risk in check. Don't overtrade.
I went over by one trick today, okay? And that is also called breaking the rules. So you must be really strict with yourself in terms of rules. Okay? So basically that was it. We had a nice silver bullet. And why wasn't I not able to participate in that move? Is because I didn't wait for displacement. So that is it. So yeah, today we have a very nice silver bullet. Now 1 hour you can see we cleared buy side, rejection at the previous week high. Then later we already retrace up to the 1 hour order block, rejects lower. Then that is when we got the rejection. That is when we got the market structure change fair gap and bam. Anyway, that's it. Okay, not particularly feeling bad about anything because I know it's the process. This is the journey. It's part of the process, and figure out my flaws, which is yeah, mainly didn't wait for displacement today, and I really am having a hard time. I'm having a hard time letting price to be traced for higher time frame. This means I'm not being patient. So just gotta work on it, just gotta practice patience, and that is it. Okay guys, I believe I'll make it, and I'm not gonna stop until the day I make it. I ain't stopping because this is meant for me. I'm gonna put in the effort and I'm gonna get it. Okay, so that's it for today's review guys. See you guys in the next one.